Hey everyone, just wanted to give a quick update on Bitcoin and show where we're at with that, one of the altcoins and also the traditional markets. So with that being said, let's get started here. And I wanted to show you basically a macro view of where we're at with Bitcoin. This is the 4-hour chart. This goes back to the all-time high, and then this comes back to the part where we bounced up to 48,000. So you can see this trend line is coming in here at around just above $30,000. So that's basically where I'm targeting as far as a maximum pleasure, point that we could achieve if things really got going. It could be as high as like 30K, depending on if it takes a little while for this move to come out, and if we didn't see it until maybe August or September. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. I just want to kind of outline where we could move if we do see things get going really good. The CME gap, which is, if you're not familiar with it, it's when the traditional market where the CME Bitcoin futures trade closes on Friday and then reopens on Sunday. It closes, and of course, Bitcoin does not close. So what happens is if Bitcoin makes a move from Friday night to Sunday night when it reopens on the CMEs, there's a gap created, and those gaps like to be filled. They don't like to be left open, and so there is a gap still up here around $27.5 to $28,000. So that could likely be filled at some point if we have this rally. Then we have this trend line coming in here. You can basically see it's a perfect trend line, and we actually got rejected off it. And I wanted to show you it because of, let's see, if I zoom in here, you can see exactly what we did. So we had this trend line that we bounced off of here, here, and here. We broke up from it up to 24K, but this was the trend line that I actually warned you guys about. I thought that a lot of people said, about, 25,500 or so is where we would go. But because of this trend line, my belief was we weren't going to get up that high. My call was like 24,500, and we got to like 24,300. So we got within $200 of it. So pretty exciting stuff there. But what happened was, so we broke out from this trend line, and then we got rejected off of this major one, and now we're just finding our way back down. And like I said, I at 24K went back to basically being in cash. Now we're going back down to the bottom of this range right here, and the low of this range is around like 19.6, 19.7-ish. And if we break that, there is one more major trend line coming in from further back here, and that would be around $19,000. Now, it'd be very important that we don't go lower than that, because we don't want to put a lower low in than what we got right here when we pop to about like 18.8 or so. So we want to make sure that this next low that's put in is higher than this one right here, because that continues the trend upwards. So heading into the Fed meeting, what I could see happening is potentially we have like a drop down. Everybody freaks out because they think this is the end of the world, and the Fed's going to ruin the economy. Everything else. I could say a million other things. It's like a Mad Lib basically that you just fill in with all the catastrophic things that people are saying right now. And then what happens is everybody sets up their shorts. Everybody thinks we're basically about to just drop to all-time, not all-time lows, but new lows. And then the market just goes the opposite direction. And that is kind of what I'm actually feeling is going to happen here, is that basically we will get a potential move lower, and that will just be basically a setup to fake a lot of people out, because the sentiment can very quickly turn negative, and as it turns very negative, then of course the market likes to whip around the opposite direction and screw everybody. So that's the Bitcoin update. I'll follow with a couple more here in a second.